I'm really hoping that this video becomes one of my successful videos ever, because I need to get some money back after the time wasted on this mess. I don't normally take in 65 inches, but if I didn't take this one in, it would be down the dump. So let's have a look. It's a 65-inch Hisense. I was going to say Hisung. I don't know where I've got the name Hisung from, but I do keep saying Hisung for some reason. 65 A7100. These are the screens that are glued down. So I don't tend to take these on as a backlight repair. The TVs aren't very expensive. It's a Hisense. They are now the second biggest selling TV brand in the world, but there's a reason for that. They're cheap, and the TVs tend to last between 2 and 3 years. And the build quality is not great. The backlights aren't great, and they glue the screen down, which means if I wanted to stick a new set of backlights in, there's always a high risk of the screen getting cracked or damaged. Unless you really take a lot of time and a lot of care and spend a whole day on it, well, that's going to cost a fortune to repair then, so it's just not practical. Anyway, I'm hoping this one's going to be not backlights. I'm hoping this is going to be a circuit board. I've got a set of backlights, or I've got one backlight as I use as a test, but let's see what the TV is doing first of all, or not doing. I think it's a backlight issue. I really do. I'm sure we had this with the 55 not so long ago. But I'll take the back off and obviously have a look, see if we see anything, and then I'll attach a set of backlights up and we'll see if the backlights do come on then. Such a shame. So there's nothing obviously wrong on the power boards and the main board after checking. And I also think it's safe to say that when you notice that cables are held down by sellotape, you kind of get a feeling of the quality that you're looking at here. Okay, I've just set up one strip. That's a strip of brand new backlights. The LED circuitry works as a constant current, so you can have one strip as long as the circuit is complete. It doesn't matter if there's one strip or if there's 10 strips. And as you can see, I've just coarsely, very coarsely, snipped off the wires for now. Notice that the red is the negative and the white is the positive. And that's going to the other side of the LED strip. I think the TV is on. Well, it's standby. Three, two, one. So there you go. It is backlights. Why do people that make a 65-inch set that glues the screen down put very poor quality backlights in so they fail after a couple of years? Why? Well, I think we all know why. Okay, quick video. That is it. Well, of course, it's not really it. The sun was shining, and I suddenly thought that I'll spend an hour. I didn't want to do a deconstruction video, didn't want to do a teardown video, but I suddenly thought, well, let's just find out what's gone wrong with this TV. How many backlights have failed inside? And the answer to that is just one. Did I get it fixed? No. This is just one of the most awful. In fact, it almost made me, for the first time ever, to stop wanting to be a TV engineer and just go and do something a bit more worthwhile. It really was the most stressful of TVs, not just getting into it the way that it's designed. And I have to be honest with you, this TV is designed so nobody really gets into it and fixes them. Now, my little workshop is not the largest, but it's by all means not the smallest. So many other engineers compliment me on the fact that I've got quite a large workspace that I do keep clean and tidy. I've got a few TVs in here at the moment, so space is limited, and 65-inch is too big for me. 55-inch I can just cope with comfortably removing a screen, putting a screen somewhere safely. I cannot lift a 65-inch screen up like I normally do with the rest of my TV screens and just fold it up against the workshop window, because the screen is just about an inch or maybe 2 inches too tall, so I can't do that. And you'll see in a second how I wrestle, and please watch it for about a minute and do feel sorry for me and send cash, of me trying to get the screen off this big 65-inch. The screen doesn't get damaged, it doesn't get cracked. But let's just go through the problems of this TV. One, of course, is the screen is glued down. Now, using just an average business card, you can scrape around the edges of the screen and remove it. That is not actually a problem. You may see me do that in a second, you may not, I can't remember. The problem is once you have got the screen out, and if you have got the space to put the screen somewhere safe, you're then left with a secondary problem, which is the most damaging and which will cause a problem with the picture if you do replace or repair the backlights. And it is the reflector sheet at the bottom. I can't show you the video of this. You'll have to take my word for it because I had to take this inside my house because the TV is so big. I wanted some space to do it. And I took it inside the house. The reflector sheet is glued down everywhere. And it just rips and tears at every corner, every time you need to remove something, and then putting it back, it never goes back correct, because obviously you've torn a bit here and you've crumpled a bit there, and it just wouldn't look great. Not that I ever got a chance to see a picture again. So because of that, and because of the way the screens are glued down, this TV is just absolutely not worth attempting to repair. Not even repairing the one backlight that had failed. Don't even think about putting a new set in. It's a waste of money. Anyway, this is how I began. Oh, and you can see me with a business card here. So that's what I'm doing. This is one of our old business cards, and I'm going around the whole of the TV, and that does it. That actually gets rid of the glue and makes the screen loose again. But then you have to remove the screen. Now, obviously, if I had a workshop that was 5 times the size of this, I probably wouldn't have struggled too much. That's not the problem here. It's not the point I'm trying to make. The point is it's glued down in the first place, and also the reflector sheet behind the backlights are really glued down. I mean, really glued down. There is no way you're getting that reflector sheet out in one piece. You probably get it out in 6 or 7 pieces. What you have to do is find out which is the faulty backlight and hope that you can just lift partially some of the reflector sheet to repair it. It really is a pain in the backside. I'm just going to let this little scene here roll on for a bit, and you can see how I struggled to remove the screen. How I didn't crack the screen and break the screen, I don't know. And how I didn't scream and murder my next door neighbour is another mystery to me, but managed to do it somehow. So I can safely leave the screen here, and then I go indoors and start working on the TV. And I do fix the backlight. I stick in one, so we've got all the backlights working, but that wasn't the only problem. When I reassembled the TV, which again is a problem, I noticed there's a capacitor that's just fallen on the floor. How a capacitor had fallen on the floor, I don't know, so I've replaced it. But now the TV is completely dead. There's power getting to the main board, but there's something else that's probably fallen off this main board, and I've gone over it. I've spent at least an hour and a half on it. I've spent at least 10 hours today on the whole flipping TV, assembling and reassembling. So how one of these capacitors had fallen off the main board, I haven't the faintest idea. But it's a terrible TV. Is it the worst TV? No. I'll do a video next week on what is the worst TV, but this comes a close second, I promise you. If you just want a TV that's going to last for a couple of years before you have faults, and you think £400, £500 for a 65-inch TV is a bargain, then this is the TV for you, because it's always going to be the cheapest one in store. That's what Hisense want. They want this to be the cheapest TV. They want it next to all the other 65 inches that are going to be between £600 and £2,000, and this one's going to be marked up between £350 and £500, I would guess. And people will go, "Oh, that's cheap. We'll have that one." Fair enough, but you will regret it down the line. And if you, well, I was going to say, if you want to get it repaired, you won't get it repaired. This is going to be landfill, and I hate myself for saying it, but it is going to be landfill. It is just a waste of money. It's a waste of time. The brand have tried to do everything here to stop this TV being repaired. I got very close, but not close enough.